Hey guys, and welcome to what is the first video in our series of the results for the National Football League fixtures. So this is going to be a bit different. I'm not just going to go to the stadium and put down the final score. I'm actually going to go through the game a little bit. You know, like the first score at halftime, first score of the second half, and the final score, and then compare my prediction to the actual result. So, with that, let's hop on in. Okay, so the first of our Saturday games is Dublin versus Armagh. So, Dublin actually opened the scoring, going 2 points up in the first 11 minutes. That's a 1. But at halftime, Armagh finished in the lead, 5 points to 2-8. Is that the? Oh no, yes, yeah, 5 points to 2-8. Armagh had the 2-8. But Dublin opened the second half with 2 more points, bringing them up to 7. And that was in the first 2 minutes. And the game finished with a score of Dublin 113, Armagh 215. So the final score, Dublin 113, Armagh 215. My predicted result was Dublin to win by 3 points. The actual result was Armagh won by 5 points. So yeah, I was pretty wrong. But yeah, Armagh take the first victory, and a pretty good victory. So let's move on. So the second of our Saturday fixtures was Derry versus Down. And Derry opened the scoring, going 1 point up 6 minutes in. But Down answered back immediately. So as soon as the ball was kicked back out, Down got it, leveled the game. But Derry finished the half in the lead with a score of 1-6 to 4 points. So there's the halftime score. Derry won 6, Down 4 points. But Down opened the second half with another point 4 minutes in. And the game finished Derry 110. So we'll just get out our 0 there. $110 to 6 points. So there's the final score. Derry 110, Down 6 points. So my predicted score for this game was Down to win by 2 points, but the actual result was Derry by 7 points. So an even bigger difference than the last game. So with that, we'll move on to the next. So our next game was Limerick versus Longford, and Limerick opened the scoring pretty well. Just get out our 1 here. Going 1-2 up in the first 5 minutes. And Limerick finished the half in the lead on a score of 3-5 to 7 points. So there's the halftime score. Limerick 3-5, Longford 7 points. And Longford opened the scoring of the second half with a point 4 minutes in. But the game eventually finished Limerick 4-9, Longford 1-11. So the final score, Limerick 4-9 to Longford's 1-11. So my predicted result for this game was Limerick by 5 points. The actual result Limerick by 7 points. So I was closer. I got the winner right this time, and I was only 2 points off the actual score. So a good win for Limerick. Let's move on to the next. So our next game was Fermanagh versus Antrim. And Antrim opened the scoring, going 1 point up in the first minute. And at half time, Antrim led 3 points to... Oh, no, wait, I done that wrong. Antrim went 1 point up in the first minute and then finished the half 6 points to 3. I don't know why I'd done this one by accident. Antrim also opened the scoring in the second half with another 2 points 5 minutes in. And the game finished Fermanagh 8 points, Antrim 114. Yeah, quite a big gap. So there's the final score. Fermanagh 8, Antrim 114. So my predicted result was Antrim by 3 points. The actual result, Antrim by 9 points. So again, I got the winner right, but the score I was quite a bit off by 6 points. So let's move on to the next. Okay, so our final game on the Saturday is Carlow v London. So Carlow actually opened the scoring, going 1-2 up in the first 16 minutes. And they finished the half in the lead 1-7 to 3 points. So definitely a good lead at half time. They also opened the second half with 3 more points. So they actually ended up getting the full 10-point difference that I had originally predicted. And the game finished Carlow 113 to London's 211. London actually managed to come back. My predicted result was Carlow to win by 10 points, and they nearly got, and I was nearly right, but London came back to win by 1 point. So I was definitely wrong there. So let's move on to the Sunday games. So our first match of the Sunday games was Kildare versus Kerry. And Kildare actually opened the scoring, going 2 points up in the first 2 minutes. But Kerry actually finished the half in the lead 6 points to 1-7. And Kerry opened the second half with 1 more point. And that was 2 minutes in. And the game ended up finishing Kildare 13, Kerry 110. So yeah, we had a draw. So the final score, Kildare 13, Kerry 110. So my predicted result was Kerry to win by 6 points. The actual result, a draw. I wasn't actually expecting. I was actually expecting Kerry to win, but they just weren't up for it. They just weren't able to hold on to Kildare to keep them at bay. So let's move on. So our next game was Mayo versus Donegal. And this match was actually played in Markovics Park, which is all the way over there. So, but as you can see, we're in McHale Park because I am more accurate than the actual games, as it turns out. But anyway, Donegal opened the scoring, going 2 points up in the first 2 minutes. Actually, they also finished the half in the lead. It's 7 points to 3. 7 points to 3? Oh no, Mayo had the 3. I normally write this up more accurate. So yeah, Donegal's halftime score, Donegal 7, Mayo 3. Mayo actually opened the second half with a point in the first minute. And the game finished Mayo 11 points, Donegal 11 points. I'm making so many mistakes. But yeah, okay, I'm going to get rid of that because that looks like they have 111. But yeah, there's your final score. Mayo 11, Donegal 11. So my predicted result was Mayo to win by 2 points. The actual result, a draw. So once again, I didn't even get the winner. I didn't even get the actual result right. But there you have it. Mayo 11, Donegal 11. Let's move on. So our next game is Tyrone versus Monaghan. And Tyrone opened the scoring, going a point up in the first 4 minutes. No, the first 2 minutes. Tyrone finished the half in the lead, 6 points to 4. And Tyrone opened the second half with 1 more point 2 minutes in, leaving the score at 7-4. And the game finished Tyrone 9 points, Monaghan 9 points. So another draw. All 3 draws in Division 1 on the Sunday were draws. All 3 games. But my predicted result was Tyrone to win by 4 points. Actual result, a draw. So again, I was wrong. But with the way Tyrone were scoring in the first half, and even at the start of the second half, I was nearly right. But let's move on. So our next game is Roscommon versus Cork. And Roscommon opened the scoring, going 1 point up in the first 4 minutes. And they also finished the half in the lead. Oh no, not 10. There's no 10 there. They finished the half 110 to 6 points. So a good first half for Roscommon. But Cork opened the second half with 2 points 11 minutes in. And the game ended up finishing Roscommon 113, Cork 10 points. So my predicted result was Cork to win by 3 points. The actual result, Roscommon by 6 points. So I was a good bit off with that one. That's a good win for Roscommon over Cork. So let's move on to the next. So our next game was Galway versus Meath. And trust me, this is an interesting one. Galway went the entire first half completely unanswered, scoring 12 points. So at halftime, Galway led 12 points to no score. Well, it wasn't exactly 12 points. It was actually 1-9. I misread my notes there. But that's still 12 points. They went completely unanswered, 1-9 to no score in the first half. They also opened the second half with 2 more points. And that was 4 minutes in. But Meath came back in the end eventually. But it wasn't enough because the score finished Galway 114, Meath 6 points. I predicted Meath to win by 3 points. They lost by 11. That's probably the one I was the most wrong about. Without a doubt. I was not expecting that result. So let's move on to the next one. So our next game is Clare v Offaly. And Offaly opened the scoring, going 3 points up in the first 14 minutes. And they also finished the half in the lead, 5 points to 4. So a good start for Offaly. Clare opened the second half with a goal and 1 point in the first 3 minutes. So that left them at 1-5 to 5 points, put them 3 points ahead. And the game eventually finished Clare 113, Offaly 7 points. So Clare 113, Offaly 7 points. So my predicted result was Clare by 4 points. The actual result, Clare by 9 points. So I was right with the winner this time, but I was a bit off by the actual result, the gap between the scores. So a good win for Clare over Offaly. Let's move on. Okay, so our next game was Westmeath versus Wicklow. And Wicklow actually opened the scoring going 1-2 up in the first 5 minutes, so a good start for them. They also finished the first half in the lead, 7 points to 2-6. So the halftime score, Wicklow 2-6, Westmeath 7 points. But Westmeath opened the second half with a goal and 5 points in the first 19 minutes. A goal and 5 points. That's some going to open the second half. And the game eventually finished Westmeath 116, Wicklow 2-8. So my predicted result was Wicklow to win by 2 points. The actual result was Westmeath by 5 points. So a good win for Westmeath. I was unfortunately wrong again. Let's move on. So our next game is Louth versus Laois. And Louth opened the scoring, going 2 points up in the first 2 minutes. And they also finished the half in the lead, 8 points to 1-4. So at halftime it was Louth 8 points, Laois 1-4. And Laois opened the second half with 2 goals and 3 points in the first 18 minutes of the second half. So they definitely turned it around at the start of the second half. And the game eventually finished Louth 110, Laois 3-9. So final score, Louth 110, Laois 3-9. So my predicted result was Louth to win by 2 points. The actual result ended up being Laois by 5 points. So another one I was wrong about, and a good win for Laois. So let's move on. So our next game was Leitrim versus Cavan. And Leitrim opened the scoring going 2 points up in the first 6 minutes. But Cavan finished the lead 6 points to 5. So, and Cavan opened the second half again with a point 4 minutes in. And the game ended up finishing Leitrim 8, Cavan 12. So, final score, Leitrim 8, Cavan 12. So, my predicted result was Cavan by 5 points. They actually won by 4. So I was very close with this one. I was very, very close with this one. I think this was the closest one I predicted. So let's move on. So our next game is Waterford versus Tipperary, and Tipperary opened the scoring going 2 points up in the first 7 minutes, and the teams finished level at half time with 6 points each. Uh, Tipperary opened the second half with a point 2 minutes in, and the game eventually finished Waterford 10, Tipperary 10. So another draw. So Waterford 10, Tipperary 10. My predicted result was Tipperary by 3 points, and it actually ended up being a draw. So Waterford proved me wrong. So with that, let's move on to our final game. So our final game of the weekend, Wexford v Sligo. So Wexford opened the scoring going 3 points up in the first 11 minutes, and Wexford ended up finishing the half 6 points to 5. So Wexford in the lead at half time. Sligo opened the second half with 2 points 6 minutes in, so that put them back into the lead. And the game eventually finished Wexford 10, Sligo 12. So an unfortunate result for Wexford. My prediction was them to win by 2 points. They actually lost by 2 points. So I was right about the score difference, just not which team got it. So those are our results for the weekend. So those were the results for the weekend, and I'm going to predict both the hurling and the football in the next 2 videos. Because like I said, these videos would get pretty long if I done them both in the one. So yeah, next video will be the predictions for the hurling and the football for this weekend. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you for the next one.